Hello there. So it's just an update. Many of you actually have been asking, Lieman, what's going on? I'd like an update, please. And I thought to myself, well, do you know what? You're jolly well right. It's been a while, so I'm going to come to you now with lots of information which will make complete and utter sense. But before I get started, actually, I just want to say thank you very much to Caroline. Caroline has become my mistress, wardrobe mistress, and she does send me. She sends me a lot of very snazzy jumpers, and now she's sent me this very, and I'm not saying this is what somebody else actually said to me, sexy shirt. And I do feel, I feel very alpha in this, I've got to say. I feel like a leader. I feel like the leader of the gang, and it's marvellous. So thank you, Caroline. I've popped a new tie in the post for you. I don't know what happened to the last one, actually. I don't know what happened there. I never received it. I hope you're not teasing. I hope that's not flirting. Please do send it back, because I don't want to get cross. Okay, right. On with the intel that I have to give you. So let's first of all talk about the assassination attempt on the Iraqi Prime Minister, which is totally relevant to everything that's going on in the world right now. You may think it isn't, but it is actually, because it failed. And financially that means something. I'll explain why as we go on. I can think of why that would be. So it wasn't a suitcase bomb, actually, surprisingly enough. It was actually a drone bomb. And what happened was the bad guys, what they usually do is they send a sort of utility engineer into the properties where these political leaders are to sort of stoke the place out. And it's that easy, really. You would think that they would have better security, but apparently not. So it wasn't successful, was it? It didn't change anything. It almost meant that the re-evaluation of the Iraqi dinar was going to fall apart, but it didn't. So that is going to go ahead. So all of my members who have the dinar, it's still your lucky day. You're in possession of something very special that's worth rather a lot, and you're going to be, dare I say it, potentially, possibly, might be, possibly, maybe millionaires. Could be. Who knows? I think so, anyway. I'd be very surprised if you... It would take a suitcase bomb to make that not the case. Okay. So many of you have been saying to me and to Fraudy, what's going on? What's happening? Nothing seems to be happening. But I did tell you several weeks ago, it's all happening. All of it. But I can't tell you much of it. I can only tell you little bits that NDAs allow, and that, I mean, I'm just as frustrated as you are. I really am. So you want to know about the 10 days of darkness. You want to know why the Queen is still there, when she's going, and you want to know, of course, all about the QFS. And I want to know, I want to be able to tell you about that as well. And it's frustrating to me. I want to be able to tell you about Como, when he was hanged, and how he was vile to the last. I want to be able to tell you that, but I can't. I can't. Only the Marine Corps who are dealing with this, not even the Army or special forces. It's just the Marine Corps that are dealing with this and that see all of this and that tell me, and then I tell you, even though I'm not supposed to tell you and it's a covert operation. But Como was vile to the last when he was hanged. So I can tell you that, actually. And all the other things. And you know, Fraudy keeps getting told, you know, if you were a man on the news with a suit and tie telling me these things, I would believe it. But because you're a fat man in Spain, I don't believe it. And I've got to say, it's very ignorant, actually, very ignorant. Why wouldn't a timeshare salesman be telling you the truth? Why wouldn't he? With his track record of telling the truth and being a very honest person. And so I think it's very naive and underdeveloped of you to think that Fraudy would be lying to you. And me as well. When I'm telling you that I've got a military background, I've got a 3-letter agency background, I can prove it, I've got a lot of crayon drawings that can prove who I say I am. And you don't believe, you can't, hang on, I'm just getting interrupted here. Yeah, darling, I know, darling. Okay, all right, okay, you could, this is, I do apologise, this is Sydney Powell. She just wanted to put, she's very tired and she's whining a little bit. So I think you should go play, go and play, Sydney. Go, okay. Anyway, sorry, I wasn't trying to distract you with a cute puppy, I wasn't at all. I wasn't. But anyway, so let's move on to Strictly Come Dancing then, because you wanted some tidbits about the Queen, and I'll tell you right now, it was given to you by the White Hats. Now, some of you, you may not be aware that the White Hats actually work production on Strictly. I know you'll find that hard to believe. I did, until they told me over the phone. And then I thought, wow, no, you're quite right, I can tell by the body language over the phone. What they did was they played London Bridge is Falling Down, which is code, BBC code for The Queen is Dead. And what it was a practice run via Strictly during, I do believe, the American Smooth, which is code again. It's about Trump coming back. I know this is about the Queen dying, but it's also about Trump coming back because they did it during the American Smooth. Do you see what they did? Very clever are the White Hats. Very clever the way they do things. And wonderful, marvellous that they would use something as simplistic as a dance on a popular BBC television show to show, even though I don't like the BBC, even though I tell you not to trust the BBC and that I don't like them, I'm also telling you to watch the BBC because it's Strictly and they're giving you code there. I know it's confusing. It confuses me sometimes as well, but let's roll with it. Okay, so now I just want to talk to you. Oh, sorry, I'm getting another interruption. Now, this one is a little more welcome, I've got to say. It's the wonderful Linwood. Now, Linwood has been a little under the weather, so we've had him on a med bed for pets. Yes, they're available only to me for the moment. I'm trialling them actually with my cat collection, and I've got to say it's really pepped up Linwood. He was hard work before, a little delusional, sometimes crapping on my keyboard and scratching up my curtains. I've had to take them down. But he's a lot calmer since he's been on a med bed for pets. So, haven't you, darling? Yes. Yes, you have. Lovely. So, what? Okay, darling, go on, go down, darling. So, sorry, I'm not trying to distract you with pets away from one of the information that I was giving, but let's talk about, I just want to talk to CC members now, Connecting Con Artist members. Some of you, I'd like you to submit to me your project ideas, which will be fully funded by the Zim. You've all been given Zim, and that's what will be funding your projects with the revaluation of currency, which is due any time now. 26 countries will be seeing a revaluation of currency. So you're all going to be very rich very soon at some point, probably, possibly, potentially you could be. So that's what we'll be funding your projects with. So if you could give me all your ideas, I'm not suggesting that that you won't get any credit for them. I'm sure you probably might do, but but I'd like to see projects, please. So if you could submit those. But I do want to just address a troublemaker within CC who has actually had the gall, the audacity, to suggest that I'm paying only British members. I know a lot about British members, and I stand proud with the British members, and I have to say that's not true. It's I'll be honest, I'll be blunt, it's bullshit, actually. And sorry about that. I know I said a swear. I do apologise for that. I don't mean to cuss. I know many of the Doug Billings fans who also watch me won't like to hear that. But I have to get tough sometimes because it's ruddy difficult running an empire as I am. It's hard being a leader of the gang, and I don't like dissenting opinions. I don't welcome them. I don't welcome them at all, actually. Here's what I'm going to say to you. I'm sending you a strongly worded letter, strongly worded email as well, just to make sure, just in case the post fails me again, like it did with the ties. And I'm going to say this. Please leave. Don't want you. Go. Take yourself off. Unacceptable. Very unacceptable. Right. Okay. So Fraudy and I are back on YouTube. Lovely letter by YouTube saying ever so sorry to Fraudy, acknowledging that he's a great guy. I've seen the letter. I've seen the letter actually, signed by YouTube, and and they say, we believe you. We believe you're a good person, and that we got you wrong. So, but they said just keep the cooking channels. Just keep them, just as backups, just in case you need to get the information out there. But it's it's good to be back and to have all of our videos restored. That's because the white hats had something to do with that. So that's it's good news all round, really. So what I'm going to say is that the saturation level has been reached of believers, and they're all on board. We've got 100,000 CC members now. They all believe me. And none of them are suspicious in any way that I might not be telling them the full story, and they're on board completely. They're really wonderful people, and not brainwashed, unlike the rest of the world, who keep suggesting that the QFS isn't real. I mean, those who haven't heard of the QFS are just underdeveloped, you're just underdeveloped, and that's why you haven't heard of the QFS. You're going to know about it when you not having it. Can't have it. Not going to let you. And that's your fault for not believing or hearing of the QFS, because you're too busy watching the BBC, which I've told you should watch for the code, but everything else you shouldn't watch. So you'll soon find out that what I'm saying is absolutely right. It's all happening. I don't want to hear any more questions about why I'm not living in America. It's none of your business, actually. There's other things I had to be doing here, which is why I'm staying here for now. Not ruling it, not ruling it out. And my security detail are hanging on in there for me. for when I might go to America. Who knows, might not. And I'll just say thank you to those of you who are still hanging on in there and watching and believing. Your support is appreciated. I'll get those ties out to you all as soon as I can. Thank you again, and I will see you very soon. I'll see you all later. Thank you. Right, thank you. Thank you very much.